welcome so much. My name is Heidi Fox. I'm the school counselor at Kristen McCall School of Arts and Sciences. You've probably gotten a lot of emails from me nagging you about this, that, and the other. Nagging is probably the best part of my job. At least maybe you guys listen. My kids don't always listen to that. All right, we're so happy to have you here in person to celebrate your graduates. It is wonderful and so rewarding to meet you all in person, not just a voice on the phone. It really is touching for me to meet you guys. I feel like, I know so many of you, even though I haven't met you in person. I want to say bravo to the graduates and the families, and thank you so much for making this trip to come join us for this wonderful graduation celebration for the class of 2018. Each year, this graduation and this gathering has grown, as has our school. It doesn't matter how few graduates attend this ceremony, it is always special. But we, years ago, had a vision of a bigger gathering weekend, and you guys right here are sort of that dream envisioned. This is the biggest group we've ever had attend our graduation, and I'm so proud of that. This is our second year of National Honor Society, and we've coupled that with our weekend. And we even have families and students who are not graduating that are now coming to graduation to enjoy the whole weekend and getting to know everybody. Okay, there comes a family right now. So it's wonderful to have you guys here. It's a wonderful celebration, and you should all be so proud. I sometimes hear this on the phone or when I talk to people, or even people that call in and are thinking about enrolling their students in our school. But it's not a real school because we're an online school. But I ask you to take a moment right now and look around. Look at everybody here. Look at these graduates sitting up here and ask yourself, is this real? Of course it is real. We are real because of the PECs and the course instructors and the staff. We are real because of the students, the parents, the grandparents, and all of you families here. We are real because of the diploma that your graduates gain at this school. It can take them anywhere they want to go. We are real because the learning, the late nights, the courses, the assignments, the projects, the essays, the tests, the quizzes, they're real. Ask the students. They can tell you that. We are real because the tears, the stress, and all that nagging, those things were real as well. We are real because of the excitement and the enthusiasm we see on a daily basis, a weekly basis, and when we're here together gathered. We may be unique. Your student is unique, but that is what makes us stand out as a school, and that is what makes them stand out. They stand out to colleges and companies all over the United States and across the world, and they usually are very successful. This is what makes our school unique, and this is what makes them unique, and that's what really makes this place, this school, even though it's not a place, a physical building, it's what makes it real. And I just thank you for trusting us to educate these young people up here. You are very brave to let us do this, and we just want to thank you for letting us educate your students in this truly unique online setting. In my 9 years of experience with this school, I have observed that our students are very successful at college and in the real world because they're very independent. They have to learn how to get up and set their own times for doing their schoolwork. They build confidence and they gain independence. And really, I think that is what makes them so successful. Again, it's wonderful to meet you guys all in person, and I hope you enjoy this gathering in this beautiful, amazing setting as much as we enjoy having you guys here. I have a few stats that I want to share with you guys to help describe this graduating class. I say this every year, and I think it's getting kind of cliche, but again, we have our biggest graduating class in school's history. We have 55 graduates this year. We have 5 students with a 3.9 GPA or higher. Our valedictorian has a perfect 4.0 GPA, and our salutatorian has a 3.97. We have 8 more students graduating with a 3.8 or higher. We have 32 planning to go directly to college. into a national aesthetic school, a few are going into the world of work, at least 3 will take a gap year before moving on to college. 1 will play minor league hockey, 1 is going to dance professionally, 1 will model, at least 1, I think there's a couple actually, and we have a few undecideds out there. We have graduates from 20 states and 12 different countries. Think about that for a minute. It's pretty amazing. We have 9 graduates that are National Honor Society members. As you can see, this is a very diverse, accomplished, and academically gifted graduating class. We are very proud of them, and we would like to thank you once again for trusting us with this most important endeavor to educate your child. At this time, I would like to introduce our first student speaker this year. This student transferred to CMASAS in August of 2016 and has been an active student leader at our school since then. He is the founder of the GSA Club, the Gender Sexuality Alliance Club, at our school and is an all-around amazing young man. Please welcome Luka Kolba.
Hi, so I'm Luca. At first, sitting down to write a graduation speech for this event was not an easy task. Before now, I've never met any of you in person. I've talked to a lot of other students online, but no one actually from my grade. And this made the idea of giving a speech really daunting, especially because absolutely none of the graduation speech cliches apply. We didn't exactly fight our way through high school side by side, and I don't have any anecdotes of funny shared memories to sprinkle in here. But the more I sat with it, the more I realized that this day does mean more to me than a normal high school graduation would. And we have a lot more in common that unites us than meets the eye. So, as Heidi mentioned, I transferred here. I was homeschooled most of my life, an experience which I will be forever grateful for, but by the end of 9th grade, I knew I needed to change, so I decided to go to public school my sophomore year. It was the first time that I'd been in a real school since kindergarten. I actually adjusted a lot better than I thought I would, and over that year I realized that I could function pretty much anywhere, but I needed someplace where I was actually thriving. Public school was stifling in so many ways, and when I found CMASAS, something really clicked. Being able to take charge of my education and build a transcript based on my interests, the way I could while homeschooling, but still have a good amount of structure, as well as a group of amazing teachers and mentors to connect with, was exactly what I needed. With so much flexibility, I was able to take time to do the things I love, sometimes even getting academic credit for them. And even more importantly, I was able to set aside real valuable time for self-exploration and discovery, something that I think is key for developing teenage brain, but that most of us just aren't given the time for anymore. Because of this extra room, I came out as transgender over a year ago, and have been medically transitioning for the past 7 months, something that I honestly doubt would happen this soon if I had been in public school. And I'm honestly the happiest I've ever been. On a related note, I was also able to get the support to start the school's first Gender Sexuality Alliance, which has turned into the loveliest little community. So that's my story with this school, but I think we all have our own version of it, and there are these connecting themes in each of them. To do well, we've all had to apply ourselves, but really apply ourselves. We've been our own motivators, we've set our own goals, and built a real work ethic. We've gone to CMASAS because we needed extra time to pursue our passions, or gone to CMASAS and then realized we finally had extra time to pursue our passions. And somehow we got ourselves to focus sometimes instead of watching Netflix all day. None of that is a small thing, and if there's one thing I want people to take away from this, it's that we should all be incredibly proud of ourselves. This school and this graduation ceremony is a truly unique experience, and I really couldn't be happier to be a Jersey boy receiving his Oregon diploma in California. So thank you to everyone who's helped make that happen at some point along the way. And I also want to give a special thanks to Kim Fowler for being a wonderful teacher, mentor, and friend. I really couldn't have done any of this without you, or at least it would have been much, much less graceful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Luca. That was wonderful. Our valedictorian this year is Leela McCare, and I want to just give a little bit of information about her. She lives in both Italy and France, moving back and forth, and she's earned a perfect 4.0 this year. She has attended CMASAS for all 4 years of high school. She finished up all of her coursework to be graduated in March of 2018. She was also inducted into our inaugural group of National Honor Society last year. Because Leela could not attend our graduation ceremony, she has videotaped her valedictory address, and because of viewing and technology restraints, we will be watching her speech after dinner in the gathering hall. But I still wanted to acknowledge that she was our valedictorian. So, and I want to give her a round of applause. Before I move on to the next speaker, I wanted to say one thing that Luca touched on was that we all have a story here, and that is one thing that I love, and I hope that you guys get a chance to share it. If you haven't already told me a story, which most of you have, every student and family here has a story about why they found us and came here, and I love hearing the story. So if you haven't told me, find me later and tell me your story. Or tell me again, because I love it. And I saw you crying there, Kim, so. All right, our salutatorian this year is Kelly Martin. Kelly has earned a 3.97 GPA, which I think means she only had 1 A-, so it's pretty impressive. Kelly lives in Hawaii, and she has overcome some severe medical issues to get where she is today. She loves volunteering and has taken a couple volunteer trips to Africa. She loves working with animals, and she is an all-around wonderful young lady. We are so proud that she has earned this honor of salutatorian, and she is going to give her salutatory address. Kelly Martin.
Good afternoon. I'm so excited to be here to finally meet my classmates and my teachers. It amazes me that I've been able to develop such great relationships with people I've never actually met. I'm sure I speak on behalf of all of us graduates by wanting to thank all of our teachers and counselors for not only providing us an excellent education, but for also truly caring about our success. I've been blown away by how supported and cared for I felt while attending this school. When I first enrolled at CMA, I needed a lot of support, as Mrs. Fox said. At 12, I was diagnosed with a severe chronic illness, and the years that followed were hard. I spent most days in bed, fighting to try to make it to school each morning, and I failed most days. Finally, my family helped me come to the decision to enroll in an online school, and I'm so glad we chose this one. My path has not been straightforward. There have been twists and turns, and I've had to make difficult decisions. CMASAS created an environment in which I could grow and learn despite my illness. It allowed me to continue my education and thus supported my dreams for the future. Much like myself, many of you have taken unique paths. Attending an online school is not the usual thing to do, although times are changing. I think it's a tribute to all of us that we made the decision to take advantage of an untraditional path and have clearly been able to make the most of it. If you look back through history, all of the greatest leaders and innovators have been out-of-the-box thinkers, people who had courage to take the road less traveled and come up with creative solutions to the world's problems. The former president of India, APJ Abdul Kalam, once said, "My message, especially to young people, is to have courage to think differently, courage to invent, to travel the unexplored path, courage to discover the impossible and to conquer problems and succeed. These are great qualities that they must work towards." CMASAS has already laid the groundwork for this frame of mind. It has also created a community that allows students to meet and collaborate with people from all across the country and the world. I have really enjoyed meeting my schoolmates in Mrs. Zimmerman's homeroom and in our school's social club. Growing up in Hawaii can be pretty isolating. Most of the people you interact with all live on and usually have grown up on the same small island. I'm excluding tourists, of course. Although Hawaii is an extreme, I'm sure we all can relate. We all tend to naturally surround ourselves with people from similar backgrounds with similar views. CMASAS, however, has opened up the world to us. Since enrolling at this school, I've befriended someone in France, shared notes with someone in Oregon, and spoken and worked with people from all across the country. My island has grown remarkably, and I'm sure we all have had similar experiences. What's wonderful about this is that being exposed to different viewpoints helps us to embrace different walks of life, not shy away from them, and as a result makes us more empathetic and well-rounded people who can make a difference. In today's climate, I think this is an extremely important quality to have. This untraditional path that we all chose to take has truly opened up a whole world of possibilities to us. It's my sincere hope that we all, as President Kalam said, continue to make courageous choices. Thank you.
And now, Kristen McCall, School of Arts and Sciences co-founder, owner, and director of education, Christopher Geis, will come up and he will introduce our alumni guest speaker, Seamus O'Connor. Christopher.
Thank you all for being here. It's my honor and pleasure, and I'm humbled at what these students are doing and what our alumni are doing. Seamus O'Connor came to us, how long ago now? It was 6 years ago? Yeah, and they were interviewing different schools to attend, and I happened to be living in the same city that they live in. So instead of doing it over the phone, I said, why don't we just meet at your convenience wherever you'd like. So we went over to this house and had an interview, and lo and behold, they chose us anyway. Seamus has been in the past 2 Olympics as a snowboarder representing Ireland, and he's devoted his time in life to his pursuit of snowboarding. And without online school, I don't think that would be possible. So without further ado, Seamus O'Connor.
Thank you, Christopher. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to the commencement ceremonies for the 2018 graduating class. Kristen McCullough's graduating class of 2018. So, I am deeply honored in being able to join you today on this momentous occasion here in my beautiful Point Loma. I'm so sorry. You know, guys, I'm gonna break it down, to be honest with you. I'm incredibly nervous. I have 0 public speaking experience, and so you'll have to bear with me as I stumble through this speech that I tried to put onto paper. But we'll get to it. You guys have places to be. Here. These 20 young individuals that sit before you today have come so far and have matured so much in these 4 years that if you could please help me in properly congratulating our graduating class of 2018, I would be so honored. Graduates, you guys made it. This is it, right? This is it, okay? No more credits to schedule unless you go to college. No more assignments to complete, and hopefully no more accidental naps on your keyboard. I know how those can sneak up on you. But this is it. You guys did it. A little over a month ago, when I started preparing for today, preparing for this speech, I started to feel a little bit uneasy and nervous, kind of like how I feel now. And I had a hard time deciding what kind of advice I was going to try to give to you guys, let alone how I was going to keep you all from falling asleep. So I know I'm not important enough for you guys to throw shoes at me, but I don't mind seeing an occasional sandal or flip-flop go whizzing by my head. Now, today I wanted to try to steer away from the classical commencement speech that's filled with lots of cliches and things that we've probably all heard before. And so today I'm going to share a little bit of my experience with how I went through high school and the struggles that I went through and eventually found myself sort of jumping over. Graduates, this is obvious, but you guys are never going to forget today. And to me, when I graduated, it kind of marked a time in my life when I went from a student to being adult, educated, but I'm set loose on the world now. And these next years that are staring you in the eye, they're some of your most exciting, challenging, and defining years to come. And so you should be absolutely thrilled to move forward into this new chapter. But for some of you, we'll get into the experience of high school. And for some of you, these last 4 years may have been a walk in the park. I don't know, it might have been just yesterday you started class, and then now we're here at your graduation commencement with a stumbling, bumbling speaker who's too nervous to give this address. But for me, however, this wasn't the case. High school, like I said, I struggled and I had my pitfalls here and there. But when I was about 17 or 18 years old, getting ready to graduate, the most difficult thing that I had done in my life up until that point wasn't competing in and training for an Olympic Games, which took a lot of time and took a lot of effort and dedication and motivation. And it was hard, but it wasn't the hardest thing. And the sport that I was involved in was an action sport, snowboarding. It's fairly dangerous, and so injuries, they were fairly common. I remember sometimes not being able to walk to my desk because I had broken my leg and I was on crutches, or not being able to type too well because my right arm was in a sling because I had fractured my shoulder and done whatever. And this one time for 2 months I couldn't really chew because I had dislocated my jaw and fractured my skull. And these things were all hard, they were taxing at the time, sure, but you got a straw and you can drink soup, so it's fine. But these things were difficult, but comparatively to high school, they had nothing on it. And, sorry about this. It was nothing to like what my 4 years, well actually 5 for me. It took me a little bit longer to get through high school. They had nothing to do, or they had nothing on how difficult school was for me. And so when I look back on this experience, I remember struggling through these assignments long after they should have been submitted. And as you all know, I'm sure our school is awesome and we get to pick our due dates, right? But mine were like I said, it took me 5 years. So some of my due dates were a year ago, and I was still supposed to do it, right? So I remember sitting there at my desk and I was procrastinating and creating excuses as why I should watch a YouTube video or watch meme accounts or cat videos on Instagram, essentially anything than do my work. I remember at times, wanting to tear my hair out, throw my computer across the room, or just daydream about how nice it'd be if I didn't have to log on to Brain Honey again. Wouldn't that be nice? But, despite feeling like I was going to have a mental breakdown almost every other day, I remember making myself do other things, like putting my phone in other rooms, like canceling out all the pages on my computer, getting up early, going to bed late, essentially just forcing myself through these classes. I knew I had to do it, and I knew that I couldn't be in high school forever. If I kept procrastinating, if I kept dragging this process out, it was always going to be there deciding how I spent my time, potentially slowing me down from accomplishing other things in my life. Nobody was going to do this for me. I had to take the action myself to finish the task of high school. I wasn't ready to commit to 4 years of education without knowing at all what I wanted to study, and so I pursued snowboarding. Eventually, I competed in my second Olympic Games. That would never have happened if I didn't attend CMA, if I didn't learn how to be motivated, self-driven, and relentless at the task at hand. I pursued employment in some areas that I'm passionate about. They led me to some really interesting people, some beautiful places, and even better opportunities. And now, as I start to get ready for college in the fall, alongside all of you, just 2 years later, I realize how being different and utilizing those skills helped me get a head start, even if I was a little bit slower. And while I'm not 100% on what I'm going to study, I found my direction, and for me, that's all I needed. And so, to all of you graduates that are here today, who are worried or anxious about what you're going to do, or who you're going to be, or what your life's going to look like in the future, let me leave you with a few final thoughts. If you're lucky enough to be graduating today without the slightest idea of what you want to do, no one's ever been luckier than you. This next period of your life is a time to take risks, to venture bravely into the unknown, to be unorthodox, to be non-traditional, to go forward with courage and curiosity. And if you take nothing else from this speech, I hope you can take this. There's something much, much scarier than failure, and that's regret. That's daydreaming about the what if or the what could have been. So prepare yourself to fail time and time again, but always be willing to go 1 mile further, to go 1 more hour, no matter what, always a little more, because that's who we are. As CMA graduates, we are the outliers. We will go the extra distance, for we are the extraordinary.
Very well done, Seamus. Oh, so proud. And he's a little humble, but the last 2 Olympics, he was the flag bearer for Ireland. So keep your eyes open for the next one. I don't know if he's going to go again, but you might see him on TV. Before we award the diplomas, I would like to have all the staff and faculty that have made this trip to graduation, would like them to stand up and be acknowledged at this point. So please stand up, staff and faculty, don't be shy. Thank you. All right. What you've been waiting for, the presentation of the diplomas. All right, our first student is Sarah Belcher. Sarah is from Georgia. She has been with us since her sophomore year. She plans to study marine biology and oceanography at Georgia Highlands College. Grace Frank Rimple. Grace is from Virginia. She will attend Point Park University in Pittsburgh to study national security and intelligence next year. She loves dancing. Grace. Lily Gamska. Lily is from Arizona. She loves animals and she loves working with children with special needs as a volunteer. She has received a scholarship from the state of Arizona called First Things First. That is awarded to students going to college to become educators. Lily. Juliet Gordy. Juliet is from Los Angeles. She will attend Vassar after taking a gap year to model and act. She is an amazing track athlete, a gifted musician, and an all-around amazing young woman. Juliet. Maximus Halim. Max is from Virginia. He loves to rock climb. He has attended Northern Virginia Community College doing dual enrollment while also enrolled at CMASAS. He loves all things related to the aerospace industry and will attend Embry-Riddle University where he received a $32,000 scholarship. Maltezo Hill. Maltezo's from Georgia. His sister Natalia and brother Milton are also graduates of CMASAS, so they've been through this a few times. He will attend Stetson University in Florida this fall. He loves to volunteer, he loves to golf, and he even won a Youth Volunteer of the Year award in his local area, Maltezo. Kason Hudson. Payson is from Arizona. She hopes to earn a Bachelor of Arts in Poli-Sci and go to law school in Boston eventually. She has received a full ride presidential scholarship to attend Northern Arizona University this fall. Dolores Dorimundo. Dory is from New Jersey. She loves horseback riding, which she does competitively, karate, and art. She will attend Rutgers University to pursue a degree in pre-vet medicine. Dory. Marion Jackson. Marion is from Georgia. He's first cousins with Natalia Milton and Maltezo Hill, who also attended CMASAS. He is an aspiring actor and model and is working very hard, and it's quite impressive to complete 2 years of high school in 1 year. Marion. Lauren Joshin. Lauren is from Montana. She has been playing junior hockey for the last few years in Colorado. She plans to take a gap year before applying to university in the UK with goals to become a youth psychopathologist. Lauren. Luca Kolba. Luca is from New Jersey. He will attend the University of Vermont this fall to study environmental science and natural resources. He loves to hike, work with pottery, and he's even been a camp counselor. Luca. Julia Lee. Julia is from Virginia. She has been with CMASAS since her sophomore year. Her goals include becoming a professional dog trainer. She loves horseback riding and volunteering with animals. Julia. Morgan Loop. Morgan is from Florida. Her plans include taking a gap year. She has traveled and toured with various bands and is very musically talented. She loves art, abstract graffiti, and creating short films. Morgan. We have quite a few musicians. Maybe we need to have a little jam session later. Kelly Martin. Kelly is from Hawaii. She is our salutatorian this year. She will attend Williams College in Massachusetts this fall with hopes of becoming a veterinarian and conservationist someday. I just found out that that's a family tradition, Williams College, so that's kind of exciting. She loves her dog Cooper and volunteering with the Humane Society. Kelly. Tori McCarley. Tori is from Texas. She will attend the University of Texas at Rio Grande Valley this fall. She plans to study biology and wants to become an ornithologist someday. Who knows what an ornithologist is? Study of birds. Good job. She loves her guinea pigs, and she loves comic books, and she loves video games. Tori. When she wrote that, she put in, I knew what it was, but she put in parentheses, study of birds. Make sure you tell people. Nicholas Millspaugh. You look fabulous. Oh, Nicholas. Nicholas lives in Atlanta now. His sister Cassidy also graduated from CMASAS a few years ago. He is going to attend Penn State University this fall to major in hotel and resort management. Nicholas. Or maybe be a TV host. Maybe that would be better. Ryan Mitchell. Ryan lives in Puerto Rico and more recently Tennessee because of the hurricanes in the last year. He is very musically talented, and he will attend Belmont University in Nashville this fall. Goals include someday becoming a professional music producer. Ryan. Somebody you might want to meet. Anna Pounds. Anna lived in France, but she's currently residing in the state of Washington. She has been within CMASAS since 2014. She has dreams and goals that she's excited to chase now that she has completed high school. Anna. Rachel Saylor. Rachel lives in Colorado. Her goals include attending college in California, and she graduated in March. She's excited to start the next chapter of her life post-high school. She'd like to study psychology. Rachel. Last but not least, Abby Weiss. Abby lives in Arizona. She is a multinational champion competitive horseback rider. She is a model with Aston Models in Los Angeles, and she will study business at Arizona State University this fall. Abby. I will read the rest of the graduates' names. The graduates who could not attend the ceremony but are also to be recognized in our graduation class include, and we'll just save our applause until I read them all, okay? There's quite a number of them. Shan Aladdin, John Allen, Catriel Anderson, Wade Arrico, Cameron Burchell, Emma Bloodworth, Catherine Bowen Perkins, Josephine Dierso, Gabrielle Efron, Ashley Fry, Alexandria Garcia, Victoria Gillerlane, Lauren Grunt, Vian Ha, Brennan Johnson, Maddie Lane, Sam Lane, Greta Lanza, Leela McCare, Lauren Mullins, Nicole Mwongo, Shyler Rainville Pond, Tatiana Ringsby, Olivia Russin, Liat Sauberman, Ruben Van Nykirk, Sam Wellner, Emma Wen, and Timmy Zack. Ready? Up. Get your cameras ready, people. All right, we're going to change our tassel from the right side to the left side, and I'm going to present to you the CMA SAS class of 2018. Go ahead and switch it.